Hi, I'm Chad Wallin. I'm a filmmaker, and I'm currently working on a documentary called Castle Boys that I shot in Ghana. It's a 90-minute documentary about the lives of these guys that I know who basically hustle tourists outside of this old colonial castle that's now a World Heritage Site. And if you've ever been to places like that, you may have encountered this where as soon as you arrive, people run up to you and try to sell you things. That's basically what these guys do. They sell bracelets, they sell paintings, and they have various ways of making a living off tourists.
We give them souvenir and they also give us souvenir. Exchange is no robbery.
And sometimes the way that they sell things can feel a little overwhelming. If you go to TripAdvisor for Elmina Castle, which is where we shot this, a lot of the reviews are like, stay away from these guys, they're aggressive, they're dangerous, pretty much just avoid them at all costs. But this film isn't really about just them hustling tourists. It's about their lives and their stories and their perspective on that exchange. I've known them since 2014. I lived there for half a year with one of them. His name's George, and he introduced me to his friends who do this for a living, and I got to know them pretty well. And at this time, I wasn't really a filmmaker, but once I started taking film seriously, I knew I wanted to make this project, and when I told the guys about it, they were super open with me and excited to do it, and it was very much a collaboration with them. George is a producer on the film. John was my assistant director when we shot it, and the guys even took out a camera to get their own footage, which in the film, we compare what they're able to get, which is more intimate and relaxed shots, versus what I'm able to get as someone who's not from there. I've also seen this there too, where busloads of tourists arrive, they get off the bus, they go in the castle, they get back on the bus, and they leave, and they don't ever interact with the community there, which there's nothing inherently wrong with that. But with this film, I want to encourage people not only to travel, but to get outside of their comfort zone and get to know the people in the places that they're visiting.
There are programs like Robot. These people need to start to create something good for the community also.
Now, with the funds, I have different levels that I'm trying to get to. For $500, I can finish translating the footage. Most of it's in English, but some of it's not. So I've been paying a guy in Ghana to help me translate that. We're about halfway through that process, and I think $500 will get us over the finish line. For $7,000, I can do a second production shoot in Ghana and get some more footage. I currently have a 39-minute rough cut, and with the footage I already have, I could expand that into a 90-minute feature film, but I'd love to get a little bit more so that I know that I have everything I need to do the story justice. I'd also like to bring George here for a follow-up interview and to get his perspective on our culture, because I think that would be cool to incorporate into the film. For $20,000, we could finish the entire film. That's editing, sound, color, some marketing stuff, and film festival submissions and all that. Anything beyond that, I would love to bring the guys here for screenings when the film is finished, which I'm aiming for the end of next summer. And if I don't raise the funds, I'm just going to keep doing it anyway. So be on the lookout for the final film, hopefully this time next year. Any contribution you make, you'll be credited on the film, and you'll also receive a digital copy. For full transparency, I've included the full detailed budget on my website. And if you're more comfortable donating on a site like Indiegogo, I also have a campaign there that's linked on my website. If you're not able to contribute in that way, you could also just share this link or share the Indiegogo, whichever you prefer. And I'm also looking for an assistant editor to help me with the project. So if you have the skills or want to donate your time, that would be helpful too. If we raise enough funds, I'm hoping to pay someone to help me do that, but that sort of depends on how this goes. And when I finish the edit, I'm going to be looking for someone to help with color and marketing and some producing responsibilities. So if you have skills in those areas and want to help out, you can reach out to my contact info that's on my website. I've put a lot of thought into this project. I've been working on it for quite a while. It's very much in line with my interest in travel and culture, and also my filmmaking aesthetic. If you want to see what kind of work that I've made before, I have a lot of my previous work on my website as well that you can check out. There's also more information about the project on the site. There's an excerpt of the rough cut of the film that you can check out. There are stills, there's a summary, all kinds of stuff. It's something I've worked on for years, and it means a lot to me, and it means a lot to the guys in Ghana, and I just want to make sure that we see this through in the best way possible. And with your help, I think we can do that. Also, shout out to Ari Shafir. He had me on his podcast, You Be Trippin', to talk about this project. And if you're here after seeing that, thank you for coming. If not, go check out You Be Trippin' with Ari Shafir. It's a travel comedy podcast that's pretty great. And also, he is secretly a very thoughtful person despite the public persona he tends to put out. Sorry, Ari. Anyways, that's it. Thank you for checking this out. I'll keep you updated on the progress. Thank you.
Like perfumes.